What is the impact of open society foundations? Have you ever wondered how one organization can influence democracy and social justice around the world? The Open Society Foundations, founded by George Soros, are at the forefront of this mission. Their work spans various areas, including promoting democratic governance, supporting marginalized communities, and addressing wealth distribution. Let's break down their impact in these key areas. First, the Open Society Foundations focus on promoting democratic governance and open societies. They support civil society groups and independent media, especially in countries transitioning from authoritarian regimes. After the fall of the Berlin Wall, they funded initiatives that helped Eastern European countries move away from strict state socialism. One notable example is the establishment of the Central European University, which encourages critical thinking and open debate that were previously suppressed. Next, the Open Society Foundations have made significant strides in supporting marginalized communities. They have focused on empowering groups like the Roma in Europe through funding for leadership development, education, and cultural initiatives. This aligns with broader socialist concerns about wealth distribution and social justice, as it addresses systemic inequalities and promotes social inclusion. Now, let's talk about the scale of their funding. Since their establishment in 1993, the Open Society Foundations have spent over $23 billion globally. They operate in dozens of countries, funding programs aimed at increasing government accountability and equity. This extensive reach allows them to tackle various social issues on a large scale. However, there are critiques to consider. From a socialist perspective, the Open Society Foundations operate as a private philanthropic organization funded by an individual billionaire. This raises questions about the concentration of wealth and influence in private hands, which can conflict with socialist ideals of collective control over resources. Some studies suggest that the grants from the Open Society Foundations may not produce measurable positive impacts on democracy or justice at the macro level. This indicates that relying on private philanthropy may have limited effectiveness in addressing structural social inequalities. Lastly, while the Open Society Foundations promote open societies and democratic values, some socialists might argue that their approach does not fundamentally transform wealth distribution or dismantle capitalist structures. However, their work in supporting education, minority rights, and public health can be seen as complementary efforts that improve social conditions within existing systems. In summary, the Open Society Foundations have played a significant role in advancing democratic principles and social inclusion globally, especially in post-socialist countries. Yet, their private funding model and limited systemic impact highlight the challenges of relying on philanthropy to achieve deep social and economic equality.